Hello, it's Rebirth Legend here with a new video series I've been thinking about doing for a while. I'm gonna call it probably Dota Fundamentals. I want to talk about in this series higher level like Dota concepts or how to improve and things you should always be thinking about. So I feel like a lot of people go through their games without really a clear sense of like what they did wrong, what they could do better. Their ability to like self-assess, just random things that are like kind of meta in nature, I guess. So this first one's gonna be. I've been looking at a draft here. I think this was a single draft game, but I don't fucking remember. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty long game. But I don't know if we'll go through the whole thing, but we'll see. So let's see. What was the first thing I was looking at? Go to 2. What kind of like inspired me to like do this right now, for lack of a better term, is there's a thread called "How do I analyze my own replays?" Someone wants to start analyzing their own replays. They don't really know quite how to do it. So that's what we're going to talk about in this first one. So the reason I picked this game is because it was one of my more recent games I still had a replay of that I lost, that I know I could have done things a lot different / better in. In general, if you're really familiar on a hero, like I play, if anyone watches my videos, I play a fuck ton of anti-mage. In anti-mage games, I can generally know what my mistakes are without going over a replay. In something like this, where I'm a Lina, which I really don't play too frequently, I'm not a mid player, I never play her mid, I'll play her usually as a support. In this case, it's like some weird like dual offlane core. But there were definitely situations where I made some bad item decisions and some bad like calls overall and bad overall play. So that's what we're gonna look at here, and see what we can figure out from this game. So generally, I think when you're looking at games like this, you probably want to just stay on player perspective when you're trying to figure out what you did wrong. It's kind of weird. Kind of go for the rune, fail. It's okay. Let's go a little quicker here. So like one of the big things you want to do is figure out how you win this lane, right? So we're in like a kind of 2v2. All I really need to do is not get hit by that stun, and I can harass the Slark out of lane. I think by this point in the lane, I've already clicked the Slark, and I'm completely aware he does not have a shield yet. Yeah, he went for the double slippers thing. The drawback to doing this type of build is it really depends on you getting the first bounty, which he probably did, and then getting over and getting your poor man's shield immediately. So in a lane like this, I want to ideally abuse him a lot and right-click him and have him waste all his regen. Because this guy did not come with a lot of regen. He should have a very, very difficult lane because of that. Particularly if we're willing to harass him a lot early on. Here you got to be careful because I'm going to aggro immediately. So I try and de-aggro. I must fail the de-aggro because I take 3 hits here. That's really bad right there. So you basically, in between your auto attacks, you should be trying to de-aggro the creep wave every time to take that tower off of you. Because that kind of hurts, because you notice like I took 3 tower shots there. Melina, I've got basically no armor. I don't think that trade's worth it for me because I want to out-trade their regen, and I just lost basically all 3 of my clarities to that. Here I should have had I should have paid more attention. If I was in better position for that, that's 100% a kill on the Slark. I think we miss a couple of kills because I'm not really paying enough attention to what my Pudge is doing. And we are at 2 stacks, so our communication should be better, but he didn't say anything, and I wasn't paying attention. But that's one of the drawbacks when I lane 2. I know I'm pretty bad at that. He just wasted a hook here. He's actually about to really fuck me here. Makes me sad. But once again, this comes down to a communication thing. Oh, maybe it's not yet. He's going to use my shrine without me and force me to basically walk back to base. And it fucks me. Because, like, here I know I'm getting them very low. I think what my goal here right now is to trade a couple more right clicks. Blow my last spell. I have enough mana for one more spell. I want to, like, use this, blow my last spell, then go and use the shrine here. Like, that's my goal here. So that way I get maximum use out of the shrine. Because I got, like right now if you look at it, I have oh, I think I'm actually going to die here because I didn't see that movement. I might be misthinking this right now. I either live here or I die here. I don't remember. I mean, I guess that's the only choices, right? Yeah, he gets through the tree line and fucks my day up. Yeah, I definitely die here. Get nailed by that Sunstrike. So yeah, that's like another thing. Are the wards in stock right now? It looks like we have 2 wards in stock, because I don't see wards anywhere on the map. We really should have had a ward for right here. I think it's stupid to, like just because I feel like I'm playing this as a core, right? I think in this dual lane that the Lina should be the one farming. I still think it's worth investing the 65, 75 gold, or whatever the fuck a word costs now, 65 gold, to get the vision here. Because, like, that death straight up doesn't happen if that Slark can't wrap around on me. So I think that's something I should have been thinking more about. And see, I plop it down. I think I bought it there and then planted it right after that death, because I was aware that that's what killed me, right? Because my thought was, okay, that Slark's very low, but he must have gotten a salve delivered. Let's check that out. Let's watch the good old Lina death here. Let's check out Slark. Oh, no, he ran all the way. Oh, he TP'd to the shrine. Okay, that's what he did. Yeah, so he TP's to the shrine, uses his mid shrine like a douche. I guess his mid doesn't really need it. I guess he's dumpstering our mid. I don't know. Let's check it out. No, our Ember is doing well against him. I'm pretty sure Ember probably does pretty well against a non-Quaswex. Or, yeah, he should do pretty well. Because Invoker can't really take off his Flame Guard without a Tornado. And that's the only time it would really be a problem. From my understanding, Invoker generally struggles against melees. But yeah, so this catches me off guard here. Yeah, so that really threw me off there. And if we just had this preemptive ward here, there's no way I get caught there. And it screws with the momentum. Because like I said, I was planning to harass him, and then come back and use this shrine. And due to poor communication, we're gonna make another fuck up here. So he's walking around like looking for another hook angle, I think. So this Slark is actually making like huge laning errors that we really should be punishing. He misses his hook. I don't think he ever has the angle on it. It's rather unfortunate. Yeah, he's got oh yeah, wand. Fucker. Yeah, so this guy never gets a poor man's shield, or at least a stout shield, and you definitely want one of those. Like, I'd rather start with a stout shield than 2 slippers of agility. It's really stupid. He should have gotten punished for this a lot more. Instead, like, I know he's only 5-1, 5 minutes or 4 minutes into the game, and that's pretty bad. But like, I don't have as many creeps as I should. And we've been playing too aggressive, and it's cost me a lot in terms of like what I could have gotten out of the lane. Like, he basically zoned himself out with his item decisions, and I just need to capitalize on using the lane correctly. And while we're out creeping them, it's like by a pathetic number. Like, I'm just not farming enough. And that also comes down to me not being a great Lina, and me not creeping particularly well. I think I get out here. Yeah. Watch my sick plays. I see things are going south. Boom. I would say break the tree line down. What a baller, huh? But get out. See, like, we should have been able to punish the lane a lot harder earlier on. And, like, that's what I'm, like, that's what I know, like, I fucked up right now. Did he already use the shrine? 70 seconds ago. Okay, so that must have already happened. It's weird, I'm like misremembering something here. Huh, that's really odd. That should, I don't know what I'm misremembering. There's definitely, I could have sworn, maybe I'm thinking of a different game where we miscommunicated, like, a shrine usage. Maybe that's when I was LC offline. I played, like, 2 similar games, but that's okay. So we'll go a little quick here, so we're trying to recover here. I'm getting phase boots. If I'm being a core, I think the phase boots are probably a bad decision. I think I should have gotten arcane boots. The reason I got that is because it synergizes well with your fiery soul, and I want to use that to like be able to push and dish out a lot of right click damage. The other reason I got the phase boots is because it lets me harass the Slark a lot more. Slark has this weird thing going on in his existence. He can jungle once he hits level 7, but he keeps his HP low. because even with like a poor man shield, you take a lot of damage from the creeps, and the level 1 shadow dance doesn't quite heal you enough. So I know like if I punish him every time he comes into the lane, get a Q off and like 1 or 2 right clicks, that'll make it so he either has to commit to jungling or wait or spend a lot of time like hidden, regenning up, so he can actually come back into the lane. Like it'll force him to choose one as opposed to the other. At this point, I think I already know he's Midas rushing, based off his itemization. But that was my rationale for the phase boots. In practice, I don't think it actually worked out too well. I don't think I like was in a position to like fight enough to. Is this where I wanted it? I guess that's where. Yeah. Okay. This is. I think that's the moment I was looking for, where like I went to go use the shrine and then I had to go back to base. Whatever. I don't remember the exact context. I remember like, what the fuck? Why did you need that? You're a fucking pudge. I hate you. Yeah, so I think, just to pause and talk about this, I think this is probably a poor itemization, just to expand on it a little more. I think the phase boots make it so you play in a certain way, and I think the arcane boots allow you to play a more farm-orientated style. I definitely excel at more farm-orientated styles, particularly on a hero I'm less familiar with. Like, when I play Luna, I probably have a higher win rate when I go 0-4-4, even though it's probably objectively the wrong way to play it. Because, like, why I could play other heroes if I just want AFK farm. But, like, it's the realm in which I'm comfortable in. Why is everything freaking out? Yeah, so that's an important thing to consider. So I think I should have gone for the Arcane Boots into the Bloodstone, and then use that to farm. So instead I go into Phase Yules, which is... It gives you some mana to farm, it doesn't give you health regen, and it's just kind of like... It's kind of just a little weird. For how I play. It's like a very old way of playing Lina. But I was trying to be more active for our Ember and our Anti-Mage. Who end up being questionable players, so probably wasn't the best idea. Because there's only so much space on the map, right? And if I play myself like a greedy core, well, we have 2 other greedy cores, it's bad. Because this guy even opts for a Battle Fury build. I don't think we know that yet, but he does. Which is weird. Here, no one's, that makes me sad. Begging for TPs, Disruptor doesn't come. Gotta rush his Midas. Not by a single fucking word, rushes a Midas. Good for him. MVP. God, we take such a huge lead in this game. Fuck it up. Yeah, so like I'm barely out creeping the Slark, and like based off like our lane composition, that really shouldn't have happened. And it was just us playing it wrong and me being bad. Let's go back to us. We could probably go a little quicker here. Here I must have not. I guess it was kind of risky. The shrine's not up. Or I think the shrine just came up. So use that. I'm gonna just try and like creep the wave and then farm the woods, but it's just kind of really awkward because like I should just be sitting in this lane and like punishing this Slark when he walks up, and I feel like every time we go into a lane we just somehow get nothing out of it, and it's really bad. Like the Pudge needs to like hit a hook and enable a kill, and the only hook I can remember him hitting, I think there was 2. I think there was the one he pulled right here that I wasn't there for in like the first minute or 2 of the lane, and another hook here which doesn't really count. Like that's another one where I guess he hit it, but not getting that kill fucking hurts. Once again, it's really, really annoying. I think I die for this one. Yep. So yeah, like now we make a trade, and when we get their 2 lanes, we let their stupid Weaver get us. How the fuck? How did that Weaver die there? Oh, I know what he fucking did. He Dark Pacted himself to death. What an idiot. So for those unaware, Dark Pact does like 50% the damage to you that it does to everyone else. So the Pudge was like rotting him, and he Dark Pacted himself so low. So his Dark Pact did like 130 damage there or something. What's the damage? 270 divided by, yeah, 135 damage to himself. And then the Pudge is on him rotting with like a high level of rot. So it just increases the huge dot on him. That's really funny. Yeah, but then we get caught by the TP because it's like a really aggro dive. So like it still puts the Slark in like an awkward position because like he's super behind, but the guy just buys a Midas and catches up, which I guess is the story of Story of this patch now, right? But like, you know, let's go back and see if I could have executed that dive better. Because I don't play aggressive a lot, so I'm sure there's things I could have done better. Alright, let's check this out. So I get the free auto attack, and now I go onto the tower so I don't aggro. Because really I just want to do a lot of tower damage. So he runs at him, so I kind of have to do something. I shouldn't have... Okay, so... The Leshrac is dead once I get... once I hit my Q on that Leshrac, he's 100% dead. So, like, if we're paying attention to, like, tower aggro here, let's check this out. I'm trying to get with my stupid range, I'm trying to get these, like, free autos off. So I get that one auto attack, now I'm in tower range, and I attack the tower. Because attacking the tower is not going to draw aggro, attacking him does. So here, that guy's dead. I don't need to do anything. But by attacking him under tower, I drew aggro. And I managed to get the aggro off, but then, like, the only place I can walk is into a creep wave because of how everything's going down. So, like, I probably don't die there if I don't aggro this tower. Realistically, like, when we see that go off, the Pudge is on him with Rot, the Leshrac's 100% dead. And, like, he's clearly going for that stomp on me, right? Like, I didn't need to put that auto attack in. And if I don't put that auto attack in, I can kill that Slark now, too. And then maybe we're both able to get out. Maybe I have an extra LSA or something. How much mana do I have when I die? Let's see. Yeah, I might have been able to get another LSA in on the Weaver and maybe get us out. Or at least let us Delta split so one of us gets out and one of us dies. Like, there's definitely other options that could have happened there had I not fucked up. So yeah, that one auto attack cost me another death there. And, like, those are little things, like, you wouldn't necessarily, like, really think about in the moment. Because, like, I definitely didn't realize I made that fuck up until, like, right now. And I'm like, I probably could have executed that dive better. Let's go take a look at it. Because I really don't play, like, too dive-centric. So, well, I know how these... That's another fuck up. If I had a quicker... If I hit him with the Dragon Slave... I'm still gonna kill for this, though. Yeah, if I hit the Weaver with the Dragon Slave as the hook was going through, he's dead. But we get him that time. We're not... Fool me once, right? So now it's cool. We got 3 people in the lane. I got my phase booties. I got 2 levels in my passive. We're gonna be able to take this tower here, I think, because we've already gotten it kind of low due to our like wave pushing and playing aggro. So I try and keep my fiery soul stacks up, and we keep pushing. Not a whole lot. I think I should have backed. So in a situation like this, like I said, I'm not rushing a Bloodstone, so I have like some pretty decent mana issues. Here, as soon as it kills that creep, I have to back up. Like, I know that creep's gonna die, so I had to back up. I'm gonna take 2 unnecessary tower shots here because the tower is gonna de-aggro to me or aggro to me after it kills that creep. We can watch it. So once it kills that creep, it's gonna aggro to me because I'm closer than the range creep. So, by not de-aggroing it or not being prepared for that, I took 2 extra tower shots. I don't know if that's going to result in me dying here. I should not be sticking around for that much longer. I'm probably just going to farm this camp and then run home or something. Or I think I'll farm this camp, run into here, farm, and work my way back. Because I'll have probably enough mana for one more spell. I think I yell at the Pudge to help me farm this, and then I go home. Oh! That's what happens when you get greedy, I forgot. Yeah, 100%. That moment where you're farming like an idiot against an Invoker, and you just get fucking banged on by a Sunstrike. That was shitty. Yeah, that's like not being aware. Because I think I probably knew that ward was there, or I at least heavily thought it was likely to be there. So by trying to farm this camp and be a little more efficient, I just feed this Invoker a fucking kill for no reason. And, like, to be honest, I wasn't really even thinking about the Invoker. But that's just kind of... You could say it's half luck and half stupidity, because I should have seen it coming, and I didn't. Or at least, like, played it safer. Or was I trying to work my way to it? No, Shrine was down. Yeah, so that was like, irritating. I'm not sure I'm going to say that's the wrong call or not. If I 100% knew the ward was... I can't remember if I knew the ward was there or if I believed the ward to be there. Like, to what extent I thought it was there. Because that's really what's going to determine whether or not that was a good call. So the reason why I'm going to level my passive over my W is because I want to farm. At this point, I was also considering getting the light strike damage at level 10, but I ended up going with the cast range. But yeah, it lowers the mana cost. The nuke doesn't really scale that efficiently. It's 40 damage per level. This one I think is 70. Yeah, this one's 70 damage a level. So I'd rather max Dragon Slave and leave LSA at 1. And if I'm going to be farming, it's better to have Fiery Soul, because that'll just let you kill camps quicker. It also lets you push towers quicker. I want to have both of those options available. Particularly since I don't have the Bloodstone, I'm not gonna have like a ton of mana. And even once I finish the Yules, it's not gonna work out too well. So let's see, if like I'm assessing this game like what can fuck me up right now, it's like, oh, the LC should probably have a blink or like a Shadow Blade by now, or being very, very close to that. What she got? Full Shadow Blade. I think we knew, and we get the kill. Cool, good stuff. I purposely take that aggro there, just so I can get a couple more shots and we're under tower. This pisses me the fuck off. I could have sworn I de-aggro that tower like 7 times. Did I die here for this one? I feel like I die here. Or I get a shrine. Yeah, we get a shrine. That's the exact opposite of dying. But yeah, probably, did we get that tower? Yeah, okay, so we got the tower anyway. Wasn't a deny, was it? Why was the anti-mage up there? Was he? I definitely didn't kill that tower. Oh no, the punch got the tower. Yeah, so yeah, it still worked out. But like hypothetically, if they wanted to contest that, by not de-aggroing that properly, I put myself in a position where I couldn't help if they contested the tower. And it also put me in a situation where if the Weaver came in there, he could have just Sakuchi'd up and killed me. Like instead of who came in there? Whatever. But yeah, if the Weaver just TP'd here right as that tower was dying while I fucked up the aggro, I was 100% dead. And that's nowhere near worth. Like, there's nothing I could have done to save myself there because of how low that tower got me. Oh, I ended up with the world's smartest anti-mage. I'm going to criticize the shit out of this guy, even though we're supposed to be laughing at my stupidity. Oh, let's see how I fuck up this fight. I'm pretty sure I play this one. I play a lot of fights in this game very poorly. Go player perspective. That's a shit tie. Let's get the war. We're like planning to push here and we see this fight going on. Our anti-mage was in a stupid spot. I missed the kill there. Get a second kill though. I probably should have TP'd out here. So if I TP'd out here, I would have lived. Did I see the Weaver? I'm sure I must have seen the Weaver coming into this. What color is he? He's light blue. So yeah, I know the Weaver's around here. There's not... What the fuck is this shit? We need to slow this down so I can actually look at it. Yeah, so like at this point, I'm trying to stick around because I can contribute more nukes. Once I see that Weaver go on me, I know I'm 100% dead. But I think I can help them get another kill, so I stick around. If I want to be fancy, I could have dodged that tornado and TP'd out. But I want to stick around and help my team. They probably didn't need my help. Maybe they need my help, who knows. I don't think I could have... So I think I was just fucked here anyway. I'm trying to think if I could have Yules'd him to live. I think he puts a bug on me. I think that's what does me in. Yeah, so I might have been able to live there if I Yules'd him and TP'd out. Because the Yules last 2.5 seconds. He'll be right on top of me, but... Was this Sakuchi yet? Let's see. Oh, he didn't have mana. Yeah, I would have lived. I would have lived if I wasn't a fuck-up. Oh, man, that's pretty gay. So if I Yules him there and I TP, he can't kill me because his animation has such a long backswing. And he can't Sakuchi, because ideally he'd want a Sakuchi run on top of me, because I'm at like 1 HP. And I think it would have been very, very close. I might have been able to live if I TP'd. If I Yules'd him and TP'd. So that's just another executional fuck-up that I made. Our Puchiga is going for the good old dive. Nope. Gives up. Misses another hook. Fucking alumni. Reported. So now I think Me and my team are already fighting at this point. In general, you probably shouldn't fight with your team that much. We're probably gonna go until I buy a rapier in this game, like 20 minutes before it ends. It ends up being a ridiculous game. Um, so one thing I think I could have considered here. Right now it hasn't been a problem, but I should be able to foresee it being a problem. Um, Duels are what's gonna kill me in this game, like almost every time. The LC gets on me and duels me, and I just fucking die. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it. It'll even help me a little bit against an Invoker death. It gives me some of the stats. It probably gives me enough regen. So since I went for like the Yules, which is like a pseudo defensive item, if I got a Yules and a Lincoln's, I think there's a pretty good chance that it'd be very hard for me to get killed, right? So the Bloodstone lets you like farm a lot more. They give you the Bloodstone should give you a little more tank ability. Actually, maybe even not, just because of the stats. You get two. What's it, 15? So that's two more, a little over 2 armor from a Lincoln Sphere that you don't get from the Bloodstone. I think you get. I don't think Bloodstone gives any damage, right? No. So yeah, I think just having that one block would be really good. So if I want to play, if I'm buying a Bloodstone, it's because I kind of want to split push a little bit and farm more, right? So we follow that train of logic through. What's gonna stop me from split pushing? The answer to that is dying. One of the other big problems is, or I don't get it yet, but I'm gonna get 50 damage over 30-second respawn time. Maybe that's one of the reasons I got the Bloodstone, whatever. Not dying is better than having a lower respawn time, though, right? But yeah, if I'm split pushing, I know this dude as a Shadow Blade. It's very hard to outplay a Shadow Blade without really good warding and vision. So just having the Lincolns would force him into like maybe a Halberd pickup, or just not being able to kill me, unless it's in like a team fight. So I think that could have been really good, particularly if I wanted to put it on a... It also gives me the option of putting it on other people to save them during fights, like our stupid anti-mage. So I think a Lincoln's probably would have been a better follow-up here. But I think it's kind of like, what, like fruit from a rotten tree? What's the phrase? Whatever. Because I think if I just rushed a Bloodstone instead of getting a Yule's, I could then get a Lincoln's, and having both of those makes a lot of sense. But I think this itemization is just a little old and probably a little off for this game. Because like the Yule's really didn't set up like any kills for me, and I didn't really do anything. That's partly because I probably didn't play right, and also probably because it's just not as efficient in terms of the way I was playing. Because I probably could have gotten more kills with the Yules, but it's also kind of slot inefficient. Oh man, I'm trying to think. When I buy my Rapier, I sell Phase Boots, and I'm trying to think if I could have sold my Yules instead of my Bloodstone, because that ends up sucking too. There's so many diebacks in this game. It makes me so sad. So we push this and we try and farm away. We dodge an LC there. That's pretty good. That's one of the things you always got to be like kind of thoughtful about. Is like as soon as I show it this creep wave, I could almost. Let's check this out. He probably. Oh no, he runs over from like mid or whatever. See him in mid. He starts coming over here, probably to creep. As soon as I show, boom, pops a Shadow Blade, runs over to me. Managed to dodge it. Now, if I had like a Lincoln's or whatever, maybe I can go even further there. Admittedly, there's an a Lesh coming, but did I have the word to see the Lesh? If I had the word to see the Lesh, like I can play that even tighter. But like really, the Invis hero is the one that's gonna like fuck my day up. Because as long as they can't stop you TPing out, it lets you like be much more aggressive in your split push. Like you don't just want like Lincoln's Blink. Like you can play like stupid aggressive split push with like a Lincoln's and a Blink Dagger or something against this type of lineup. Because the Lesh has such a long cast animation that he's never gonna get that stun off on you, and he's the only thing that can stun you like through the Lincoln Sphere. Apart from, I don't even think Deafening Blast would cancel a TP anymore, would it? But yeah, Cold Snap would be another one. But like, it's only those two things, right? So if I have a Blink Dagger, like, good luck hitting me with a freaking blind, whatever. It's just not gonna work if you're paying attention. Let's go back and see what we do here. We come back into this lane. I'm trying to get a solo kill on this guy. Does he see me here? Let's find out. I don't think he sees me this whole time. Let's see if he's able to see me, and that's why I fucked up. No, I don't think he has any idea I'm here. Yeah, it's nighttime. I was pretty sure I played the vision game well. So I'm trying to get in a position at LSA. He's positioning really well. Because the kill threat's probably not coming out of the right side. It's coming out of where I am. Yeah, so I try and hit him with the LSA. Because right there, I think I only need like the LSA and an ult and maybe like 2 auto attacks and he's dead. Because he's not tanky at all right now with his build. This I'm at, like, the thing is, he can't kill me alone. Like, he only fucks me up in those, like, protracted fights. So I just need to get out of here. Oh, do I not get out of here? Oh, never mind. I thought there was an LC coming up, but it was our Pudge walking to me? I don't know. I just hallucinated. Here I stick it. Why do I even push here? I think I'll, like... What, the AM was here, and I'm like, let's push tower, do I say? But realistically, so this is a death sentence nowadays. So I see barely anyone on the map. I see a brown, and I saw one person here, which means there's 3 people missing that are not here. They could be here, but like, what are they really getting here, right? Like, can I free camera this? All right. So if they were in this area, I'd probably see them moving around because of the ward. They're not sitting in this camp for 30 seconds. I'd see them at their ancients over here. The implication is that they're in this area somewhere. The other problem is once you push past this shrine, you open up the possibility for the TP wraparounds. I'm not an anti-mage. I'm a fucking Lina. Being here is stupid. I'm almost 100% I die here. And the reason why it's stupid is even, like, I'm just not even looking results orientated. From, like, a risk standpoint, if I walk up this far, the only way you walk up this far is if they don't really see you here. And then you just nuke this down real quick, and then you TP the fuck out. You do not stick around an area like this for a prolonged period of time, even to, like, chip at the tower. Because as soon as you're seen past this shrine, you can almost guarantee, like, any decent players are going to TP here, and then TP 1 here. Or they'll have someone in this area. And, like, I already know, based off implied vision, right, that I know they're not in the woods here. I know there's only a Slark up here. And the Slark is, I guess, playing scared? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if the Slark's playing scared. It's irrelevant, anyway. And I think I maybe saw one person here. I don't fucking remember who. Which means that they're all around here anyway. So what do? Let's see. I nuke the whole wave, and I run back. The play, I think, is to run to... Oh, no, it works out for me. I don't die here. Huh. Who da thunk it? They have that nice little word here. I think that's going to result in them getting a kill. It's a cute word spot. It's actually pretty shitty right now. That word spot should be over here. You're gonna... So the reason you have a word like this is to catch people, like, farming, so you know, like, movements, right? Now, if you think about farming patterns in general... Odds are, if I'm coming here, it's because I was already up here, right? Which means you probably missed the opportunity. And if I'm up here and I'm moving back this way, you're probably not going to be able to catch me too frequently because I'm moving further away from you. Well, let's see if I put a ward here, right? And I see someone farming this camp. I know that their likely course of action is going to be these camps next because it's implied that if they're farming this camp, these camps are probably already farmed out, which means the direction of the creeps is this way, right? Fuck, I hate when this thing doesn't work. The directions of the creep is that way. So, like, if I want lane creeps, they're that way somewhere. If I want more jungle creeps, they're over here. So this word is going to give you information that is only useful if you're in the vicinity already. If you're not in the vicinity already, then you want the word like here or something, or like this ward, or like that ward, or that ward. That gives you information on, like, the deep spots in their woods where people will feel that they're safe to farm. So this ward's kind of shitty, even if it does result in me or someone dying one time. So, let's talk about this anti-mage for a second, because this, I was like, you know what, I'll buy it. He was playing okay, you know, he's already got 10 creeps a minute, so he's not, like, completely fucking retarded. How do you die here? What did I just experience? Oh my god! I didn't see this in-game, I would have fucking blown my fucking head off. This guy has a Manta! So, he has a Manta, and he's basically unkillable at this point. The only thing that can really kill him is a duel when people are around. Getting that Linken's is actually really... It's smart in one way and not smart in another. So, here's what the Linken's does. It allows AM to play with absolutely zero fear, right? You split push all the way to this fucking tower, and you keep fucking going until you see people coming, right? And then they come over to you and you just fucking leave. There's no LC sneaking up on you and dueling you, and then a Sunstrike coming in. There's none of that bullshit. It's just you doing whatever you want. But when you get the Lincoln Sphere, it ruins your ability to pressure this guy. So most invokers are going to follow this up with a Lincoln Sphere. It's kind of weird he's got a Blink Dagger. I don't know if he gets a Lincoln Sphere, but he should have a Lincoln Sphere against an Anti-Mage. Because it lets him split push and play pretty fearlessly. It's very, very hard to kill an Invoker with a Lincoln Sphere, because all of his stupid... he usually has fucking Tornadoes summoned, and everything is like instant cast for him. So as long as he's like reasonably quick, unless you like first hit like bash him, you have to blow your Abyssal to break his Lincolns. Hopefully you get a reasonably quick bash, and then you probably won't do enough damage in that time to get off a Fatal Mana Void. Particularly if he has Tornado, because as soon as your stun wears off, he's just spamming Tornado. There's no animation for you to cancel with a bash. There's nothing for you to dodge. You're just going to get nailed by a Tornado. It's really fucking shitty. So he should be building that. How did I get off in this diatribe? Anyway, so if he buys the Lincolns, it makes it so you can't die. The alternative itemization, which is what I normally do, would be to get an Abyssal Blade. In a game like this, I consider it because, like, it turns you into a fucking god, right? One, I can win a duel against an LC if the LC is not ahead. The LC in this game is not particularly ahead, so you don't really need to worry. The only problem is when you get dueled and then Sunstruck. That can kind of suck, particularly if you don't have a Vlad's. That kind of sucks. So, in that context, I personally, I'm 50-50 on if I would have gotten the Lincoln Sphere. In this type of game, just if the LC was ahead, I would have. But since it's an LC Invoker, it's kind of like the LC's ahead by default. So I'm not opposed to it. It lets him play like completely like recklessly, and he shouldn't ever get punished for it. Now let's watch him feed like an idiot. He blinks this way, walks to a dead camp, walks uphill. Now don't get me wrong. There's nothing... What would have been bad is if he blinked to this camp after seeing this gone, right? That would have been fucking horrible. So if we're paying attention to the clock, we know within the last 30 seconds, someone killed this camp, right? It's going to take someone a little bit to kill an ancient camp, right? So you know your wards didn't block it because you don't have a ward there. So you have to have some idea that someone was here in the last 30 seconds to kill it. None of them kill ancients particularly quickly. You're probably talking at least 10 seconds or so, unless they do it as a group, to kill that ancient camp. And then to kill these camps takes a little longer. But you can be pretty certain you're going to be walking up into people. So here, the play is to walk straight forward. Now, you can debate whether or not you should even be walking in this direction with this whole luscious jungle to fucking farm out. I'd say the safer bet is to go down. But this also denies farm if you can get here. Once I see these ancients are gone, I would probably opt on the side of leaving, because if you walk uphill into an LC, you're probably fucking dead here. But all he has to do right now is Manta and blink away. Cold Snap used to not be purgeable. It is 100% purgeable now. I don't know what his game plan is here, but he just gets fucking melted. Like, as soon as I get hit by that Cold Snap, I Manta and fucking blink. And he just sat there and just took it like a plastic fuck doll. I have no idea what that guy was thinking, but he's a fucking idiot, and we'll get to that later. Back to the star of the fucking show. King fucking Feeder over here, 4 and 5. I think I end the game 16 or 18 or 18 and 16. It's like one of those ridiculous KDAs that I make fun of people for. I don't know why I wasn't with their smoke here. This is probably really stupid. So they smoke me here. Why don't I do this? I'm very close to a Bloodstone. Maybe that's why I don't want to smoke. But like, I want to finish my Bloodstone before I fight, because like I'm sitting on a Vit booster I'm not using, and I only need like 300 more gold. But it's better to make like decisions as a team, even if they're bad decisions, right? So I don't know if I communicated this, but like, let's see what we do here before they walk up here, they go and look for something, they find a Slark. If I'm there, they can probably kill that Slark. They go here, I guess they kill a Leshrac. So if I'm here, I can nuke down this creep wave. Yeah, so if I'm here, that Invoker probably doesn't get the 1 kill. Maybe they don't get the 2nd kill, or maybe we all die. I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of like they encountered them like single file, like, right? Like the Invoker's able to get here and stall, but if I'm here with like a Yule's LSA, this guy probably dies instead of us dying. So the sentiment here is like, I definitely default to farming too much. So I'd say like, when this smoke went off, I should not have went to farm Ancients, and I should have went with my team. So I go with my team here, Does he not see him? Like, what the fuck did I just happened? Oh, we have wards. Am I crazy? No, I'm sorry. I'm in free camera. I can't tell if that was implied vision or what. Yeah, I think he just guessed that Slark was there and then didn't hit it. I don't get it. I don't get what the fuck he did there. But yeah, so if I was with them, maybe we kill that Slark. We definitely get this kill. Maybe we can kill the Invoker. Maybe we can push there. Overall, me being there makes this much more dangerous for their team to go on and protects my team. So by not being here, I probably let this Invoker get 1 or 2 kills he didn't deserve to get. Didn't take the mid tower and like missed out on a creep wave and maybe could have killed the Slark. So there's arguments to both sides of that, right? Like, I'm really close to my Bloodstone. We should wait for my Bloodstone before we do a movement. I think that's a very fair point to make. But once they smoke and they commit to doing that movement, I should be there with them to do it. And I think that was really selfish on my part. The takeaway from that is move with your team and stop being a dick. And we give up a duel to it too. God, that's irritating. And it's very possible that literally none of that happens. Like, maybe that Ember never leaves to go farm if I'm there, because now we're 4-manning instead of 3-manning in like a semi-dangerous area, right? And you have an anti-mage that's gonna be, oh my fucking god, what am I experiencing here? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I judge anti-mages so much. What the fuck is this guy doing? How does he even get that low that fucking quick? Am I missing something? What did he do? First of all, you get your fucking ultimate orb over Perseverance. Once again, okay, so when you're playing anti-mage and you're split pushing, you should literally always have your finger on your Manta Key. Manta Key is your fucking god, okay? Like, let's say if there's like an LC or something, the Blink Dagger. Having your finger on that Manta means as soon as he blinks on you, you Manta, and then he doesn't know which one's the real one, and you can either kill him or run away. It's your call at that point. When you're against someone like an Invoker, it lets you purge off Cold Snap and blink away. Literally, as soon as something attacks you, you just Manta, and then you just blink to the safest spot possible. That's it. But this dude, he walks here, gets Cold Snap, gets attacked like 7 times, finally pops his Manta after his blink goes through, and then just gets killed by a tornado. Like it's just such an order. Like, that's the second time, because he doesn't have his Manta pre-selected, he dies. And, like, you can't be dying as an anti-mage, particularly when you're doing this stupid Lincoln Sphere build. Like, once again, if he had his Vanguard there instead of that Perseverance, he lives. This sucks. Alright, let's see how I fuck up here. We've judged the anti-mage enough for the day. So I guess I kind of know they're nearby. I think I just get my Bloodstone delivered. Man, that's shitty. You die like right as you get your Bloodstone delivered. What a fucking horrible feeling. So I see like 3 people top. Because I usually pay attention to the minimap pretty well, so I should see multiple people top. So I think I'm pretty safe here. But Shadowblade, I'll see. Does they have a ward here or something? No, I guess he just goes looking, huh? I guess every shot you don't take, I suppose. Let's see, let's look at, we want to look at LC's first person perspective. What does he, what goes through the mind of an LC player? Well, apparently Scotty does. I don't get it, and I probably never will, but it's definitely what's happening here. So he saw me bottom. Staring at an Invoker, watches the Invoker get a kill. Good, good. Confirmed he's retarded. Man, he must cash me at the last second of this too. He just goes looking. See, I wouldn't even think that someone's farming over here. Man, that's shitty. That's like a really fucking weird movement. Like, I wouldn't... So, if I'm this LC, I mean, obviously, I guess he has no choice. This Shadowblade's getting really low. I would have backed out here. Like, I think he should honestly be backing out here because his Shadow Blade going off in deep territory is really bad. I think you just hit that, farm that camp, and then back up and accept your duel as failure. But he manages to reach me at the last second of his Shadow Blade and then is able to fucking duel and kill me. Doesn't get the duel victory. Only because that Invoker was slow. But yeah, and he barely fucking edges that out too. That's pretty fucking irritating. Was he running with his armlet on the whole time too? Yep. I hurt right now too. Did I not have my stacks up? No, my stacks were up. Still just a fucking LC with armor. That's pretty rough. I'm not going to say I did the... I don't think what I was doing was wrong there. I think I was in a relatively safe area, and that whole movement's really surprising unless they have a ward here. I don't think I had a reason to believe they had a ward here. And they didn't have a ward there. That LC is just a fucking maniac. Let's go respond to people. Yeah, so we get up, respawn, and we go and push. So once again, we have to be aware of the LC, and we know that he's our biggest threat. At this point, I should probably remove him with our team. So here I queue up a Lincoln's, or sorry, I missed Shiva as well. I queue up a Shiva's. So the rationale behind this is that they have several heroes who get really fucked because they have low attack speed. LC, let's look at an LC's attack speed. It's under 200 right now. It's just going to go up a little bit. But that means when I reduce their attack speed by 40, which is what the 45 actually. That's almost a 25% decrease in their attack speed from him. And it really hurts a Slark, because the Slark's attack speed is actually even lower. Well, okay, so he itemizes 4 attack speed, but it's really important for Slark to have attack speed because he needs that to get Essence Shift stacks. So like building attack speed, that's why like Moon Shard's an item you can get on Slark as like a 3rd or a 4th item. Because like it turns him into doing a huge amount of damage. It tanks him up because he gets more agi, which gives him more armor. So you're doing smaller individual hits that give you like more damage overall. So like if you win a fight and you have a Moon Shard, like it's very easy for you to come out with like 30 Essence Shift stacks, which can then transition to you pushing a tower really hard because that's like 90 more damage, 90 more attack speed. It all compounds. So because attack speed really compounds into Slark's damage, having a Shiva's Guard and then another anti-carry item like a Scotty or something, like if I got Shiva's Scotty and I'm fighting this guy, I'm removing like that's I think Shiva's is it 25 or fuck, I can't even remember. We're gonna figure this out right now. 35 attack slow. Okay, so it's 90 attack speed that they lose when I'm man fighting them. So you're talking the LC almost has his attack damage half if he's not pressing the attack. The Slark loses, at this point, he's losing about almost a 1/3 of his attack speed. So that's like a huge EHP bonus for your whole team, not just yourself. So it's a really good item, but if I'm split pushing, that's not going to matter as much as like not getting dueled. So that's why like a Lincoln's could very well be better. And when you think about items, here's another like important thing to think about when considering your item progression. While if I'm talking about a Lincoln's or a Shiva's as like a singular item and how they impact this game, I can weigh those benefits pretty well and say if I'm team fighting, the Shiva's makes more sense. But if I'm thinking of terms of like 2nd and 3rd item progression, a Lincoln Sphere is actually going to help me get to my next item faster. And the reason for that is because the Lincoln Sphere, like I said, lets me play a lot more aggressively. And if I'm able to play aggressively and like farm more, that's going to accelerate me into my next item. Whereas Shiva's, while it's going to help me farm like a little bit, it's not going to put me in a position where I'd feel comfortable pushing all the way up to a tower because of those Shadow Blade LC movements. So if I wanted both of those items, I think it makes sense to go for the Lincolns first, which allows me to then like push more and play a little safer without the risk of dying. This is really bad. This is actually pretty much where we lose the game right now. It's great stuff. Let's look at our free camera here. Oh, what horrible timing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and blame my fucking Pudge for this one. They have Invis. I had a kill there, too. Yeah, I was getting ready to ult him and he was stunned. I 100% had a kill there. So, we have a sentry on our Pudge, but he doesn't place it down inside the pit, so we do not see a Slark walk in here and fucking ruin our day. He just gets in here. Well, this is just like that stupid LC rotation. He just barely gets in here. Gets our fucking Aegis. You know, maybe I wouldn't have killed him, actually, because he did have his ult up and I was stunned. So I probably should have just left, but I was, like, so fucking, I guess, tilted, for lack of a better term here, that we just got that snatched. Like, this was, like, a huge swing. I guess they were already coming back at this point, but we were up by quite a bit. These anti-mage deaths are fucking killing us here. Because if you keep in mind how far ahead this anti-mage was, he really pissed it away with those 2 deaths. 4 deaths! That's amazing. I don't know where those other 2 deaths came from. We gotta focus on the leanest fuck-ups. I got too much to deal with by myself. Let's go back to our player perspective and see what we do. Like, at this point, I think I've made, like, enough mistakes where I, like, kind of took a lot out of this game already. But there's still going to be other future... Oh, that's a straight dieback. Let's see how I did that one. So we push out. I see a Weaver. Weaver really fucking hurts me. Yep, just going out by myself. So, the Lincoln's, nothing's gonna save me from that. But I think I should have just been with my team at that point. Because, like, right now, I put out, like, a fair amount of damage. I right-click pretty hard and I push kind of well. I need to be formatting with my... The thing is, we have an Ember and an AM, which is kind of awkward. But Ember can kind of fight with us. But if I just format with my team, we can kind of protect each other. If I format with my team, we can kind of protect each other. But when I run out by myself like that and like go to farm a camp without communicating with my team to be with me, I'm just asking to die. So realistically, I should just... I guess they should be following me around, but if they're not following me around, then I should be following... I can make the Pudge I'm talking to on Discord, so he'll listen to me. But if the Disruptor's not listening to me, then I just need to follow him around, right? Because together, we kill things, and separate, we die. Because, like, if we're all together, like, the 3 of us don't die to a Slark. Is that all 3? Yeah, that's all 3 of us dying to a Slark. And if we were just standing next to each other the whole time, none of those 3 deaths happen. Now this Slark who was just, like, in a fucking dumpster, like, his whole life. He was born and raised in a dumpster in the heart of Peru, right? And now this fucking guy is actually someone we need to be scared of. What's his net worth? Is he the highest net worth? Because I'll fucking vomit. No, not even close. I am still at a good enough start where he's the highest net worth, but... The Slark's catching up with his shitty kills and his stupid movements and his gay Aegis snatch. Yeah, once they're pretty much in control of this game right now, which really sucks. And it's only because we're not like grouping and like playing well. Because like we have all the tools we need to like win fights right now, if we just like play things correctly, and we don't. And you know what? I think I don't know how much more there is to see here. We'll watch me feed a rapier, I guess. The game stays pretty even and goes back and forth, but there's a lot of me just like dying all over the place. And it really just does get solved by us all grouping together. Okay, so it doesn't happen too much at this point. At this point, I've committed most of my deaths. Actually, I get 6 more deaths here. After I lose the rapier, I die back like... I lose the rapier, buy back, and die. The next fight, I die twice. And it all keeps happening to like LC duels. And it's really fucking irritating. So, to explain this item rationale, I got the Satanic so I could win a duel. If I pop the Satanic before I get dueled, I can't die in the duel in terms of us just trading because I have an enormous amount of lifesteal and a huge amount of damage. So I can't die as long as I have the Satanic up. So that's like one rationale for that. I could have just gotten the Lincolns and then I don't have to worry about getting dueled. In hindsight, that would have been the easier play as opposed to trying to predict duels and then Satanicking for him, because I failed this like once or twice, which is really bad. And we also lost Aegis a couple of times here, so the whole Satanic pop thing, I failed multiple times, and that kind of sucked. So I think without going through the entirety of this game, to kind of get the idea of like how to analyze a game and think about all the different things you could have done wrong, like talking about thinking of areas where you're generally weak and things you don't necessarily excel at too much, and then analyzing those points in a game and how you kind of fuck them up. Particularly look at each one of your deaths and try and think of how that could have gone wrong. Like, particularly early deaths. Early deaths, like, they have a snowball effect, right? Like, if I didn't die here because that stupid tower dive, maybe I wouldn't have been in this position to get picked by that LC. Maybe I would have killed this camp slightly faster and then been on my way home already. Like, who's to say exactly how it would have went down? But, like, it all has, like, an effect, and it, like, adds. So you want to minimize as many deaths as you can, and as many mistakes as you can. So, like I said, I don't tower dive much. I tend to be a more passive, farm-orientated player. So in a dive like that, like you saw how I went back and I was like, you know what, I never dive like that, so I'm sure I messed something up. And what I messed up was by auto-attacking the Lesh when he was dead to rights already. Because if I didn't auto-attack him, I get Split Earth there, but then I don't take tower shots, so life is cool. But that's not how that went down at all, right? That fuck up on that smoke gank that led to them getting 2 kills they didn't need to and possibly cost us getting a mid tower. That's a huge. That was another blunder that once again goes back to times where I'm farming when I shouldn't be. Like I'm not an anti-mage in this game, right? Like it's okay for the anti-mage to never be with us. Oh man, we're definitely gonna watch this one last thing, and we're all gonna learn a valuable life lesson on how to play fucking anti-mage. Because there was a time where I thought, hey, maybe this AM's not retarded, and as soon as I saw his Ags pick up, I'm like, oh, he's actually retarded, and we're gonna get to that, and it's gonna make us all laugh because we're mature individuals, and that's what we do. We laugh away our anger. Yeah, so like since I'm a lane in this game, I'm not the anti-mage. I need to be grouping with my team. Right, so I can't be like farming ancients when my team's doing a smoke, particularly when I was in there for that smoke. It's not like I wasn't nearby. I was in on the smoke and then just chose not to play with my team, which is something I definitely need to like work on when I'm not playing like a split farming hero. You know, don't get me wrong, it's playing split farming can work, but like I was never ahead in this game. There's no point where I was the highest net worth on the team, right? There's no point where I was even probably the top 3 net worth. Actually, I'm probably there right now. Let's see. Nope. Still in 4th place. Even with my fucking rapier. But yeah, so like I'm never in that position where I can play like I'm really ahead, like you can like an anti-mage. So those are like my takeaways from this game. Don't auto attack under towers, and you know work on your movements and play better like a team. Is this the dieback? The dieback's coming. Okay, here it is, team. Here it the fuck is. We gotta slow this down. We gotta laugh. So you guys are about to learn about Dota interactions. So let's check this one out. Blinks forward. It's not gonna happen here yet. Oh, what's that? Wait, guys, what do you mean he's dueled? But he has a Lincoln Sphere. How does an anti-mage get dueled when he has a Lincoln Sphere? Well, my finest studious Dota players, let's think about it. How does that happen? Well, when you have both a Lincoln Sphere and an Aghanim Scepter, the Lincoln Sphere procs first. Or sorry, the Aghanim Scepter procs first because it's got a lower cooldown. It's 12 seconds versus 15 seconds. Or 13? Oh, sorry, it's 13. It's 12 versus 13 seconds. So the Ags always procs before the Lincoln Sphere, which in this case is fucking horrible. And the reason why that's horrible is because when LC duels an anti-mage with an Ags, it still starts a fucking duel. So it blocks the LC's duel while starting a duel from the anti-mage's perspective. So the only thing that happens is you start a duel on your own terms. What I am curious about, though... Nope, it changed the description. I was going to say, do you get, like, the lower damage duel because AM doesn't have the duel talent? But nope, it increases the overall duel, so you get affected by the same duel. Yep. So, I defended him, and I thought, hey, that Lincoln Sphere is a really good fucking pickup, as long as he plays like he has a Lincoln Sphere and plays fearlessly and plays with balls of steel. He played like a retard and lost the game. This is a game where this anti-mage was in a position to win this game by himself, regardless of how shitty I played or how shitty anyone else played. This AM was put in a position where he could have solo carried this game absurdly easily, and he dropped the ball with a bunch of deaths. Anyway, so I understood the Lincoln's pickup. I fucking liked the Lincoln's pickup. The Axe pickup, clinically fucking retarded. because it makes it so you buy the Lincolns to protect yourself against the duel. The only real threat against you is the fucking duel. And then you after you get your Lincoln Sphere, you completely negate the point in getting a Lincoln Sphere by getting an Ags, which takes priority of the Lincoln Sphere and starts the duel. So how does our AM die from his fucking buyback? Let's watch it again. I am the anti-mage. I blink forward. I get my BKB off because I have 3 defensive items. But then I start a duel because I'm fucking retarded and I bought an Aghanim Scepter. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, you like just don't understand. First of all, the AM Ags is like incredibly situational, not very good. If you ever have these 3 items, I would assume I lost the game. Like the fact that he has these 3 fucking items in a fucking game on anti-mage just makes it feel like you lost. That's like it's so much defense. I would only have that if I was like trying to breach high ground and I have to just kill a building. I need everything to like let me kill a building. So I have a BKB, a Lincolns, and an Ags, which means that if they have 2 BKB piercing stuns or something, I just BKB and they have to go through both of those spells before they can even touch me. That's what I'd have that for. If you're ever in a defensive posture and you have these 3 items, you fucked up. That's a stone cold fact right there. Yep, so that was our last moment of fucking zen we got here by watching this anti-mage get karma into the ground with his terrible itemization, ill-conceived thoughts. But yeah, for those who are wondering, the interaction between Ags and Lincolns on AM, if you get both, the Spell Shield Ags procs first, and then the Lincolns procs. So if you're against an LC, literally never buy an Aghanim Scepter because it's worthless. The Lincolns is worth fucking 10 Aghanim Scepters if your goals... Or sorry, the Lincolns is worth... Yeah, the Lincolns is worth 10 Aghanim Scepters because only the stats from all those Ags are going to equate to the 1 block you get from a fucking Lincoln Sphere. But yeah, so we're going to end this video here. This one was on analyzing replays. I hope this helped, you know, aspiring people who want to get better. Yeah, so you pretty much just, once again, just to recap that, you want to critically analyze all your deaths, look at your lane, and you also want to think about what you should have been doing and be critical of your itemizations and how they play into the game that you're in. Not necessarily overall, like, is this item good on this hero? That's always, in Dota, is such a situational and complex game that answer is going to be different in different games. Not that it's always going to be different. You're playing a hero like Anti-Mage, it's not a huge amount of item variation. If you're playing a hero like Lena, there's definitely a bunch of different things you could have considered. Like if I rushed a Bloodstone instead of Phase Duels. But okay, we're going to end that one here. Been rambling for a bit now. Hope that was helpful.